Good morning, guys. It is a Saturday morning over here and I thought I'd take you guys along for a little vlog. I'm just setting up the tripod over here. So as I mentioned, it is a Saturday. We are not entirely sure about our plans today, but I wanted to do a little bit of vlogging because we are receiving our organic food order today. So we've never done like a food delivery sort of system, but if you watched one of my previous, I think it was my 2022 goals video, one of the things that we want to start doing this year is prioritizing buying like a bit more organic food where we can. So we have placed like a organic food delivery order for this week, which should arrive today. So I thought I would vlog that whole process and kind of give you guys a view of like what the quality is like and stuff like that, just because I'm like interested for myself how this turns out too. Otherwise, we're not entirely sure what we're going to do today. If this order comes in early, then we're going to maybe head off and go camping for the weekend. So we'll just see what happens. If it comes early, we've kind of got time to get out and do something this weekend. And obviously if it comes late, we'll be staying in for the weekend. But they've given me like a time frame of 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. and they'll like update the tracking on it. So hopefully it arrives in the first half of today. If you hear crunching too, it's Billy eating her breakfast. Me and Nick have just had some breakfast, so it's probably like, ooh, maybe like 8:45-ish at the moment. And one thing that I do want to do this morning is clean out the fridge. So I actually cleaned out the fridge not that long ago, but I just seem to accumulate so much stuff so quickly. I'll give you a little view of to what it's looking like at the moment. Don't judge me, but this is the current sitch. It's not like actually that bad, it's just very disorganized, like things are on random levels. So I want to kind of clean this out and have everything like nice and squeaky clean when we get our groceries this morning, so that I've got somewhere to actually put them, because I feel like there's also just a lot of clutter and jars of things that need to go. So you guys are going to come along for a little fridge clean out. So step one is just getting rid of all of the crap in the fridge that either like it's out of date, just needs to go, like leftovers that didn't get eaten, jars of stuff that used to have something in them. So just like getting rid of the straight up clutter and things that shouldn't be in there. All of this sort of stuff. And now I'm pretty much just going to take everything out of the fridge so that I can wipe down some of these shelves. My clothes look real good on your t-shirt with the rainbow stripe. Our time is a luxury. Oh, so sweet your company. Let's get each other up to speed. Okay, top levels are all clean, so I'm just gonna stack that back up and then I'm gonna do those individually, like in the sink. So other little things I'm doing, I'm just trying to transfer like any loose items. Like I've got this little bag of pepitas and bits and pieces, like putting like your nuts and things into jars. I do store nuts in the fridge, by the way, because it's just better for preventing oxidation. So hot tip, store nuts and seeds in the fridge if you can. Jars are much more aesthetic and you can kind of just get a better idea of what's actually in your fridge. I feel like a lot of the time I don't use everything because I don't even know what's in here, because there's things in little bags and you know the drill. Your voice leading the choir to sing. If you don't mind me asking to be heard, my heart beats with yours, so you can take me on. I'm falling deep, it won't take long. So breathe the energy with a bit of Hennessy. We want skies and autumn leaves. Take all the chances that we need. I've been traveling too long, gets out of control. And we are done. I will show you the after. Ta-da! Okay, so it is looking a bit bare, obviously, because it's a Saturday. These drawers are now squeaky clean, ready for like some more produce and bits and pieces. Sauces, like, they're just never going to fit in there, so that's always a struggle. We've got like our nuts and seeds, some chocolate in behind there. These are really good if you haven't tried them yet. They are Health Lab chocolate bars, cherry ripe. you haven't tried it, trust me. And all of our drinks looking a lot better and just generally like a lot cleaner and ready for food to go in. This is how I keep my avocados, by the way. I don't know if you guys have a better way to store avocados. You could probably buy some sort of little tool thing, but face down on a little plate is how I do it. But yeah, that is the fridge. Okay, so our order has just arrived. Nick's picking it up, but I am about to post, have some kombucha by the way. I am about to post the YouTube video that is going up before this one. So it's a bit of like video inception at the moment. This is like a week of paleo dinners and it is going live. All right, and we have just received our organic food order, so I'll show you guys what the quality is like. This box is like actually quite large. I feel like because there has been some issues with like delivery drivers and stuff, we made like an order, but then they did let us know later that like a lot of things wouldn't be in stock. So we'll see what we got and what the quality of this food is like, because I'm always, yeah, like a little bit nervous if you haven't like picked it yourself. You know, you're kind of like trusting that someone doesn't give you like the manky old looking vegetables. So we'll find out together. Oh, Nick hasn't said hi in the vlog yet.
Hello.
Okay, so this is what we've got. So we have some rainbow chard. It's looking pretty decent. Some broccolis. Got like some zucchinis and some tomatoes, and then
potatoes?
Yeah, we got some sweet potatoes as well. They're like the red skin ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They didn't have regular potatoes, and then we got some salad leaves. I actually ordered a few of those, but they didn't have them in stock in the end. And then we got some oyster mushrooms. Like these heads of broccoli are actually pretty decent sized. I feel like, especially when it comes to organic, when you get like broccoli or cauliflower, they're usually extremely small and extremely expensive. So for what you're paying, at least you're getting like a good, you know, regular sized head of broccoli. And like the quality of the leaves on this chard are also like pretty good. They don't feel like old or yucky. What do we have in here? And some, so that was our sweet potatoes. These zucchinis are like really nice as well. Like you can tell that they're good quality. They're not like giving you small or yucky ones. So I'm pretty happy with that in terms of like, I think they do a pretty good job picking them. If you're in Brisbane, by the way, we did it through Ripe and Raw Organics. So I think they also have like a market stall down at West End, which is like hippie central. So I was like, and maybe I trust these guys a little bit more because there's a lot of different organic food services and it's kind of hard to know which ones are going to be good, but yeah, pretty happy with how that went. In a random turn of events, we are going camping for the weekend. So it's now like about 2 p.m. We're just in the car, we're still driving out. Glasses are falling off my face. Also got Billy on my lap because we don't have any room in the back seat. So kind of struggling with the camera. Yeah, Dad semi-recently bought like a property, like a block of land. So we're gonna drive out there, meet up with him because they're already out there, and just camp there overnight and then head home tomorrow. Probably we'll leave semi-early tomorrow, but it was kind of like a mad rush and I've been like super grumpy, so we had to like run around and get everything to get ready to go like in 2 seconds. But yeah, we're not too far away now. I think, you know, maybe like an hour left and then we'll be there. Yeah, now you guys are suddenly coming along on an impromptu like little camping trip. Okay, we have jumped way through time. I don't know if you can see the stars. Probably not so much with this camera. Moon, campfire. Hey. Good morning everybody. It is about 6 a.m. I don't feel like I've updated very well while we're here. So obviously like what did I say in the car before we left? We've come out for like, Billy's just doing a thing. We came out for like a really quick little camping trip. We were gonna stay overnight. Dad's got like a property, but we probably wouldn't have come if we knew that it was going to be rainy. So last night was really good. Like we had the campfire and everything. I did vlog like a tiny bit of the fire, but then like last night was like such a rough night's sleep. It was raining with like a little bit of lightning, thunder, and then this morning, yeah, it's like, as you can see, it's like quite misty and pretty, but yeah. I think we might, unless it clears up like really soon, like it's not raining as we speak, but it might keep raining, I'm not sure. We might actually head off pretty early because camping isn't like all that much fun if it's rainy. But yeah, Billy at the very least is really enjoying herself out here because she can be she's just taking a twosies at the moment. But yeah, we'll probably like have a little bit of something to eat, and I lost my hair tie, so my hair is just gonna be... But yeah, not sure if we're gonna be sticking around this morning or whether we'll head off relatively early.
Yeah, well, we got woken up at the crack of dawn by some magpies.
Yeah.
That was great.
Magpies, I think, like using our little bit of shade. But yeah, it's like super misty and like very pretty this morning though. Oh my gosh. Oh no. We are obviously back home. I feel like this vlog has been very choppy and kind of random. I don't feel like I did a lot of filming while we were out. So we got home around lunchtime. My hair is looking mental because I washed it when we got back to like get all the smokiness out. Washed it and then went to sleep and had like a nap on wet hair, and this is consequence. So my hair is actually very wavy naturally, but we are back. We have you put in an order yet or not? We are going to order some takeaway for dinner. We are trying to reduce the amount of takeaway that we do, so sticking with like once a week or less. Like if we can avoid it altogether, that would be ideal. But tonight we're both just feeling like pretty whopped because it was a long drive. We didn't really sleep that well last night because there was a storm. Anyway, so we're going to put in an order for some takeaway dinner tonight. Just chill out. And one other little thing that we are doing is re-season our cast iron pan. So Nick, you want to join in? This is like Nick's passion, cast iron. So we'll take you through the process of like re-seasoning this pan. We're trying to like get better with like how you treat cast iron, because it's like if you have cast iron, it's a whole process.
We've been doing our research as well to kind of
figure out how to do it all
make
properly.
sure that what we're doing is correct.
Cast iron is like a good, more non-toxic option, like especially if you're currently using like a Teflon non-stick pan. Swapping over to cast iron is really good. However, cast iron does take a lot of work because you have to build up like a layer. So you have to season the pan and build up like this nice glossy layer on the bottom that's going to stop things from sticking. Otherwise it's going to be like a big problem all the time. To do that you have to like cover it in oil, bake it in the oven, and it's like a whole thing. So we're trying to get on top of that and re-season it today. And then in terms of washing, you don't want to use soap on it, so you don't want to like take off the layer. But if
you don't want to use any like hard scourers, the most you want to use is like a this is a new pack, but we'll probably like, you know, like the hard side of the sponge, like a little green scour thing.
I've just got the oven going, and Nick has given this like a really good scrub with some steel wool to really like take off any like rust or nasty bits.
So I've cleaned it up, and the steel wool is to kind of like, if you've got like a little bit of patchiness or anything like that, or anything hard stuck on or rust, it's just to strip it down to the base level. So it's kind of all done now, and then we'll just go ahead and pop some. We're going to be using lard in ours, just because, well, Amy can probably take you through a couple of things.
I mean, I'm not really exactly sure what to think. So a lot of people season their cast iron pans just by cooking bacon, because bacon is obviously like super fatty, so you could cook bacon on it like multiple times to get a layer of seasoning, I believe. But if you're doing it like in your oven, or what you want to do is basically cover the whole pan in oil. But I know that there's different oils that people prefer. So technically people like to use canola and flax, but I'm a bit iffy about those oils in general, and I'm not really sure how that plays into like, because obviously when you're seasoning you're kind of oxidizing the oil anyway, but
feels like a more traditional thing would be to use lard.
Yeah, it feels like lard
Even
makes
though
more sense.
People say that like it probably doesn't work as well, but I'd imagine that like even if you're not fully sealing it, if you're still using lard every now and again to kind of keep the thing, like surely it should work, right?
Yeah, so Nick bought some lard from the shops, which I've never done in my life. There were only 2 options, so I'm hoping this isn't too bad. It's a non-hydrogenated at the very least, so that's important to look out for. So you just want basic like animal fat. But yeah, we might as well get started with the process and stop like talking about it and do it. Hey, learn by doing. I can't take myself seriously because my hair is just looking so crazy. So as we said, the pan has been like fully cleaned out and scoured down, so there's like literally no layer left.
I'm gonna take a little bit of lard, just pop that on the pan. That's probably actually a little bit too much as well. But what I'll do is I'm gonna take some paper towel. And the reason why I'm using paper towel is because unless you've specifically got like a tea towel that you're willing to like sacrifice, just use some paper towel. And just go once over, all over the pan, inside and out. Not just on.
You're gonna need more than that.
It'll spread out all along the edges, handle, the underside as well. This cast iron's one big thing. You got to kind of like do all sides. You can't just do the side that you're cooking on. And kind of just go over it again to kind of like get off any excess. You only really need to have like a very little bit of fat on there because cast iron is porous. If you get it too thick on there, you're going to end up with like little splotchy patches and everything like that, and it's going to be a little bit sticky. It won't quite properly seal. So that's got like a nice little bit of oil. You can see kind of like a little bit of a glisten in there. And then we're just going to pop that into the oven for about an hour at 200 degrees Celsius, over 180, which is like 350 to 400 Fahrenheit. So
look at you go with your conversions.
Upside down in the oven. Popping it in, upside down. Try not to burn yourself. In there for an hour.
One other thing quickly probably worth mentioning is that as the pan heats up, it's going to get like a bit smoky, so it kind of might smoke the pan, and it kind of has a bit of a smell as well. So I have opened up all of the doors, like the apartment is fully open, trying to like get some breeze going. I'm probably going to open up the range hood as well, just to like get rid of as much smoke and fumes and whatnot as possible. So pan is on the go, and we are trying to decide what to eat for dinner because a lot of places are actually still closed over like this sort of like having like a New Year's break. So normally whenever we do takeaway, our like main takeaways are like grilled is always an easy one because obviously you can do like the low carb bun, just like that almond bun that they do. The other option that we sometimes get is pawpaw, which is like a slightly healthier Thai food that we have around here. So yeah, we were gonna do pawpaw tonight because I'm not really feeling like grilled, but they're closed. So I'm having a look around to see what other options there are.
It's been about 40 minutes. I'm going to actually pull out the pan and let it cool down. I'm going to leave the oven on because I'm going to put some more lard on it and then kind of continue the re-season process. Probably want to do it a couple of times. Probably wouldn't do it any more than 3 times just to get like a proper finish on top of it. I'm going to let it cool down to room temperature before I go and put some more on, just because it'd be a little bit too hot to handle. Otherwise it is starting to get like a nice kind of finish to it already.
Going in with round 2, so
it's cold enough to touch and not burn yourself, but it might just, because I'm going to be holding it a fair bit, it might get a little bit warm. Back in she goes for another 40 minutes to an hour back in.
So pan has come out of the oven and we've just cooled it down. So this is after 2 rounds and I'm about to do a 3rd.
Looking pretty good.
Looking pretty shiny. And we have the final pan.
It's just come out of the oven, so it's a little bit hot still.
But that's after 3 rounds.
It's got a little bit of splotching on it, which is not ideal. But that's only happened from this last round, so it's probably that accidentally had a little bit too much lard on it.
Oh well, I'm sure it'll still be fine.
But it's now re-seasoned.
So if you have your own tips for cast iron, would also love to hear them. So now we'll probably try and cook something easy on it the next few times that's not super sticky and just use a lot of oil. Super healthy dinner. We ended up getting Thai, obviously. We have had dinner. I've just gotten into some more comfy clothes and I'm sitting down and I'm watching My Octopus Teacher, which is like a little bit noisy outside. Which is like, I mean, most of you have probably already watched it or heard of it. It was like a really famous documentary. It's meant to be like pretty emotional, so I'm getting ready to cry. Well, actually I'm already, to be fair, I'm already half an hour in, 1.5 hours, so I started this before our dinner arrived, but it's already like very sweet.
Quite a long time. So I just gently pushed for the surface, thinking she would move off my hand. But she didn't. She just rode on my hand right to the surface.
So I'm ready to have a good cry. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to be doing that much more tonight. I'm just going to like watch this doco, maybe like read a bit before I go to bed. But yeah, so I think I'll sign off the vlog now. As I said, I know that this vlog was like very jumpy, kind of random, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it. If you are enjoying the vlogs, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you are not already subscribed. Follow us on Instagram, and otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
So you can take me on. I'm falling deep, it won't take long. So breathe the energy.